Hey, how's it going, everybody? Talking more finance here. Washington Examiner. This is a follow-up to the Trump article I talked about yesterday with him signing the executive orders, trying to move things forward a little bit. But check this out. It's a little bit confusing, right? Just work with me on this one. Too many aid dollars are going into savings accounts. I've been sitting on this article for about a week or so. I've been waiting for things to advance a little bit between the Democrats and Republicans before breaking this out. But check this out though. It's confusing. It's a short article. Try to buzz through it real quick. On Thursday, when the Department of Commerce reported an estimated annualized loss of 32.9% for the second quarter's GDP growth, it was the worst number that the United States has seen since GDP accounting began in the 1930s. And remember, the quarter itself, second quarter, was the first full quarter where everything was kind of shut down in a way. The agency also provided a supplemental table that explained what happened to total personal income for all people taken together. The table contains the essence of the challenge Congress faces in coming up with an aid package that both assists struggling households and gives a shot in the arm to a stricken economy. The data there are troubling for another reason. It appears that the pan has caused us to burden our grandchildren with a huge debt so that much of the current generation can put more money into savings accounts. The next generation, think about the children's, right? That's always how it is. That's right. Congress seems to be caught in a dramatic struggle to increase transfers from future taxpayers to present ones who are busy squirreling it away. So they're saying that people are saving the money. But that's problematic. They don't, you know what? I've seen articles pop up where they were talking about huge wealth transfers that are about to happen. The boomer generation, the one that's out there kicking butt, right? Making so much money, creating so much wealth for themselves that when they pass on, the money has to go somewhere. Well, where does it go? To all their kids, who then had their grandkids, those ones that are hanging out, still living at home, the types that generally join Antifa and communist organizations and Black Lives Matter, stuff like that. So that wealth, upon passing of those individuals who earned it, is going to trickle down to successive generations. Are they going to talk about that in this article in terms of familial wealth? So I get the part where they're talking about saddling future generations with debt, but what about the wealth transfer that occurs as individuals of older generations die off? Individuals who are saving money now, you would think that would offset it a little bit, right? Well, let's read a little bit more here and see what they say. Surprising at first blush, the data show that personal income actually rose by 1.3 trillion in 2020's second quarter. Personal income rose. Bleak GDP growth notwithstanding. Of course, the increase didn't come from an increase in real prosperity-generating economic activity. It came as the result of an increase of 2.4 trillion in government-provided benefits in the form of income supplements, unemployment benefits, payroll protection plans, and other CV-related funding. That's a pretty good amount that was saved, right? As a result, personal savings rose 3.1 trillion to a level of 4.7 trillion, all in one quarter. Meanwhile, consumer outlays fell by 1.6 trillion. After all, much of the economy was closed down. Okay, brilliant, you got that. With nowhere to shop, consumers tucked the money away for better days. Way to go, everybody. This is what I was talking about in a story I did a week or two ago where there was some woman who was out there trying to claim that $3,500 a month, just herself, her husband has a job as well, that $3,500 a month left her in this position where she's somehow mentally strained now due to the fact that the unemployment benefit boost was running out. She was sitting there slapping people in the face, basically, who are getting a lot less in unemployment and are in a lot less privileged situation saying, oh, this $3,500 a month plus whatever my husband's making, oh, it's not enough. We're so oppressed here. But look at this, though. This is great news. And I hope that those of you watching this, that you've been able to tighten the reins a lot, regardless of if you're working or not. If you're not working, whatever money you were getting in, if you were getting the boost, if you were getting unemployment, or if you weren't, if you were just somebody getting Social Security disability, I don't think those individuals get the boost at all. Even if you were somebody who had a job, that you were able to tighten up, that you're able to realize that, hey, all of these needless things, these wants that they try to push on us in terms of consumerism. I know it's the American way, spend, spend, spend. I hope that you realize through all of this that those things aren't necessary. And I really hope that it's a lesson in life. I really hope that it's a life lesson that you take not just for the rest of this year, but 2021, 2022, 2032, 42, 52, for as long as you live, that there's needs and then there's wants. And you can do this. You can say no. Those things I want, yeah, those things are great. Oh, I'd love to have a PlayStation 5. I don't even have a PlayStation 4. I'm still stuck with a PlayStation 3. But those things that you really don't need, that you can do better for yourself, that you can help yourself in the future by just realizing that, hey, those things are frivolous. There's more important things. My security, my family's security, my retirement, passing that money down to the next generations you may have, doing charitable work with that money if you want to. There's more important things than getting the next iPhone or new clothes every 3 months. And people may get clothes more often than that. That tells you how often I buy new clothes. All right, everybody, let's finish this up real quick. Of course, this aggregate accounting hides what is surely happening for many families. There are more than 20 million unemployed people, and the largest share of those are low-income earners who previously worked in hotels, restaurants, and drinking establishments. These are surely not the ones who are trotting to the bank each month to put happy bucks into their savings account. Well, how do you know that? It seems counterintuitive, right? Say I'm a low-income earner and I was making $8 or $10 an hour. I would have to make do with that, right? Now with this unemployment boost, if I was getting the extra $600 a week, I'm probably in a far better position than I was beforehand. So those are the individuals, I think, are the ones that really had a chance to sock some money away. I had read something somewhere where it said that in a majority of states, they did some kind of study or poll, and it varied by state, but it said that people who were making, I can't remember if it was 45 or 55,000, but if you were making less than that you're actually doing better after the boost. If you're making above 45, 55K, again, whatever that was, that you're doing worse, and obviously progressively worse as your income went up. But the less you made, the better you're actually doing now, not working. Nonetheless, the Department of Commerce data tells us that all people taken together are doing just that. Again, excellent. Should we really be adding several $1 trillion to the debt burden that must be borne by future generations? Yeah, and I get that part. I'm not arguing against that, so don't think I am. When the bulk of money raised goes into savings accounts, I don't think so. Yeah, and I can respect that. I can respect that argument for sure. So here's the real challenge for Congress in designing the next benefit package. Finding a way to target supplemental income and unemployment compensation so that those who need it most get it first. I think everybody needs it, right? The 30 million that are unemployed, they probably all need it, or they're all going to say they need it. Congress should take a pledge to ask how we can justify imposing a heavier tax burden on future generations if the money we are getting is going into certificates of deposit and 401k accounts. And this is from Bruce Yandel. He's a contributor to the Washington Examiner's Beltway Confidential blog. It's actually a good piece. Short article. I know I lengthened it out due to my blabbing. His argument actually isn't that bad. He's right, in a way, right? But I think he just fails to take into consideration that money could trickle down. It may take time. Boomers are still kicking, man. 85 is the new 65, baby. That's what they love to tell us anyway. But money saved can trickle down. Generational wealth is what they talk about. So if I were an individual who had children, that's what I'd be trying to do. Hopefully those of you out there who have children of your own, grandchildren even, whatever you can do within your power, if you have some extra money that you're not donating to charity, taking care of your family's needs with, that you're setting your whole family up for generational wealth and that money to be handed down through the generations. I hope for the best for everybody. I hope that, like I said, you individuals are out there saving, drawing it in a little bit, tightening things up, and just taking this lesson and saying, hey, this is a effed up situation, but I can try to find this silver lining, financially speaking, that those things I thought I needed before, I don't necessarily need. And just taking those lessons and going forward with those and making your future that much better for you. And as I said, your family, future generations, generational wealth generated. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Take care.